Hey, welcome to video number 3. I really hope you enjoyed the first 2 installments of this video series, and if you haven't seen them yet, just go to the links below to access them. Just to recap, in video 1, you learned about some of the latest scams that cyber criminals are doing against us, how they're doing it, and the real stories from actual people who are sharing their experience about these attacks. And in video 2, you learned exactly how to determine whether or not you've been compromised so that you can protect yourself from cyber criminals. Plus, you now have a deeper awareness of internet security, which will help you make you less susceptible to online threats and attacks. In this video, we're going to take action and continue securing your digital life and help prevent these scams and hacks from happening to you. Because it's way better to prevent it from happening than fixing it when the damage is already done. Like how that old saying goes, prevention is better than cure. This video revolves around my easy to follow and straightforward process called Insider Secrets to Internet Safety. In this system, you'll discover how to prevent cyber criminals from evading your online accounts by creating a powerful protective lock combination that takes them centuries to break. We'll talk about the most common underrated and often neglected online protection available in your accounts right now. Plus, I'll give you the exact process that you can use step by step. In this video, I'll give you my most recommended, most reliable malware removal tool that saved my clients and me tons of headaches. This worked for Arnie, a lawyer who has little knowledge about internet safety, sextortion scams, and other online attacks that are happening around us. This also worked for Allison, an online medical writer who has above average knowledge about internet safety, but still experienced unpleasant experiences from cyber criminals. And lastly, this worked for Mark, a CEO of a retail company with over 100 employees who turned out to be a victim of ransomware. He's fully aware of the current dangers of system security invasion and has deployed security measures by hiring another IT person. Yet, he still experienced being attacked by cyber criminals by installing ransomware in their system. These 3 individuals did the same things. They seek the help of an internet security expert and learned what they needed to do to create a more secure online presence, giving them peace of mind so that they won't easily become a victim of future cyber attacks again. First off, I want to talk about a problem that's plagued the IT world for generations, which is passwords. The problem is, the average person has between 12 and 30 different passwords rolling around in their head, which includes PIN codes to bank accounts, to your ATMs, and passwords for any accounts that they're logging into with an email. And of course your house alarm code. And usually, people write their passwords on post-it notes and attach it to their screen or put it under their keyboard. Now, I was surprised. I thought this was still a rumor until I actually witnessed it personally and still continue to see it whenever I get hired to do intrusion tests. Now, I'd like to take a moment to debunk a myth about how hackers are cracking people's passwords. Most people I speak to think that the hackers are trying to guess their passwords one by one, when only in fact just a little bit of that is true. We have access to tools with password files that contain millions of passwords which are already guessed for us. So once we hack into a PC, we can copy your username and password, and if it's weak, like most people's are, it would take us about 90 seconds to crack your password. That's why it's so essential to create a strong password. This is exactly why folks like Arnie received that fake sextortion email that scared the living daylights out of them. So here's the best advice I can offer you right now to create a very strong password. So we've got several types of passwords. We've got passwords that only have letters, some that only have numbers, and of course you've got passwords with special characters. Now, to create a nearly unbreakable password, you gotta have between 16 and 25 characters in your password. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? Most of you probably just fell off your chair thinking, is this guy nuts? How on earth am I going to remember a password that long? Now, stay with me. It's not that hard, I promise. What you want to do here is think of phrases or song lyrics, and let's create a password that has a mixture of all these combinations. So, for example, let's make a strong password together out of a simple phrase, I had a great day at work 2024! Now, first, what I'd like to do is remove the spacing and capitalize each letter of the word. Now the password looks like this. Pretty straightforward so far, right? I'm sure this password alone might be stronger than what you have now, but let's build on this. Next, since we're here to up our security game, if you replace the O's with a 0 and the A's with an @ symbol, now the password looks like this. So according to a website called passfault.com, to crack a 24-character password like this would take about 4 million centuries. Now, without the symbols, it would take about 9 centuries. Now, if you find this password overkill, just use the @ symbol and forget the zeros, and you're gonna be more than fine. Trust me, it's much easier to learn to create strong passwords instead of having passwords that'll be auto-generated for you that look like this, which have no meaning to you whatsoever. Just use phrases, and that'll definitely help you on your way. Strong passwords are really important, especially now that more and more services are being linked together. For example, a lot of people that I meet have a Hotmail account who didn't care if it was hacked because it only had junk mail in it, like Allison did earlier. Still, when I brought up the fact that it was linked to their Xbox console account with an active credit card on file, or was the recovery email to their PayPal, they began to think how important a good password is. Now that we created a strong password, you're going to want to change all your passwords you have to all your accounts with this strong password. Now, don't use my example because probably a million people have it by now. So a common question I get asked is, do I use the same strong passwords to all of my accounts? And the right answer would be no, but I know how you like simplicity. Now just remember that security is not about convenience. By creating a strong password like this, you can now bring your list down from 12 to say 3 or 5. Let's build even more on this now. In the last video, I spoke about two-factor authentication or two-step verification as an extra security layer that requires your username and password and something that only you have on you, like a mobile phone that can receive a text message. Let's activate this feature on a few online services that you probably use every day. Let's start with LinkedIn. To me, LinkedIn is the most important social media account to protect. First, let's log into your account and then click on the down arrow under your profile picture. Then click on Settings and Privacy link. Now click on the Account tab next to Privacy. You'll see the two-step verification as the last item under Login and Security. Click on Change, where we can now begin to set up the two-step verification. Mine says turn off, but that's because mine is already set up. But you will choose to turn yours on. Simply add your phone number and choose your country and click on Send Code. LinkedIn will then ask you to re-enter that code that was just sent to your phone, and now you're all set up. Next, let's look at Facebook. Now that you're ready to secure your Facebook account, let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is click on the little down arrow at the top right corner and then click on Settings and Privacy. Now choose Settings. Click on the Security and Login tab on the left menu pane. Once you're here, you're going to have a section called Use Two-Factor Authentication, and then click on Edit to begin. Once you've entered your password again, you'll then enter your mobile phone number and you're all set. Do you see how easy this is, folks? Now, I promise you will thank me if something ever happened. Next, let's secure your Instagram account. It's so simple to activate this feature. On your mobile device, load up Instagram and then click on your profile character in the bottom right corner. Once you're here, click on the 3 bars icon in the top right corner. To enable this feature, click on Settings, and then on Security, and then on Two-Factor Authentication. Now enter your phone number, and you're done. Now let's secure your PayPal account. First, you're going to sign into your account as you normally do, and then click on the gear icon in the top right corner and choose your profile. You'll notice two-step verification halfway down the screen. Choose Update. Register your phone number, and a code will be sent to your number. And we're done. One of the most frequent emails or calls that I get is that someone has hacked into their mobile phone and sees their messages, knows their locations, could read their email, and even copies of their photos, including maybe inappropriate ones. Though hacking a mobile phone is possible, but it's really challenging, and there is a good chance you're being hacked, but maybe not the way you're thinking about. My guess is that someone got a hold of your iCloud password and can see this information from within your account. That's why you may have the feeling that someone's watching you. Let's make sure your iCloud is secured. Open up a browser and head over to www.icloud.com. Once we're here on the sign-in page, you're going to sign in using your regular Apple ID that you use to download and purchase apps. Next, click the link under your name titled Account Settings. Now that we're in the Account Settings page, click on the Manage link. For security reasons, it's going to ask you to log in again. What you'll see is the iCloud Management page. Under the Security section, there's a link to get started under two-step verification. Go ahead and click it. Mine is already set up. Here's the hardest part. If I remember correctly, first you're going to be prompted to answer some security questions that you entered when you first created your account, like 10 years ago. Apple is asking you this to make sure it's really you making these changes. Now that you've taken your little trip down memory lane and successfully answered your security questions, a Getting Started window is going to appear. You have to understand that once you've authorized devices that can use iCloud, it won't prompt you again. This way, if someone guessed your password, they're not going to be able to get into your account without that text message. Then you'll know if someone's trying to hack you. Let's click on Continue. Now, you need to enter your mobile number that can receive text messages, and then click on Continue. Alright, now look at your phone. A 6-digit code should have just arrived. You'll need to enter those digits here. Next, you're going to be asked if you want to add any more trusted devices. If you have an iPad or maybe access to another iPhone, you can verify those devices here. And we're done. Congratulations. Now, I can go on for hours about locking down every account, but I cover much more than that when you become a member of Internet Safety University, which I'll talk about in the next video. Now let's talk about again what you learned in video 1. I introduced you to Allison, who fell victim to the port out scam. Once someone is able to take control of your mobile device, they're able to bypass your two-factor authentication and destroy all the hard work we just did to secure your accounts. Here's what you need to do to avoid becoming a victim of the porting out scam. Simply call up your mobile provider after watching the rest of this video and tell them you want to activate port protection on your account. So this way no one can transfer out your phone number. This feature is off by default because of CRTC rules, where if you weren't happy with a specific carrier, you could easily switch to another carrier hassle-free. But so can the cyber criminals. Once your provider has activated the protection, you should receive a text message like this saying that you're protected. Alright, so switching gears a little from online to offline. We need to make sure your computer isn't running any spyware. In today's day and age, every computer needs to have some sort of antivirus installed. You know, it's that software that slows your computer down to a grind. Yeah, that one. But it's a necessary evil. Antivirus softwares are designed to continually scan for threats such as attachments in your incoming mail, scanning files that you download, open and even access. Some antivirus software even comes with intrusion prevention capabilities, which I'll touch on in a bit. But it's also important to know that just because you have an antivirus installed doesn't mean you're safe. You see, antivirus technology is signature-based. It means that every time you update, it downloads a database of known viruses that have been discovered. This way, when it scans your PC, it can say, "Oh, I know this type of virus, I'm going to block it." But what about all the other types of viruses and custom-built viruses that hackers use? Traditional antivirus scanners can't detect that. This is something to keep in mind. Maybe you've seen this message on your screen whenever you browse the web. Have you been infected? Download this antivirus right now to protect and optimize your computer. And many people are going to think, well, yeah, my PC sure could use a boost, and download and install the software. And many of these pop-up messages are actually created to resemble the actual messages that you might get from Windows or a standard security product. If you're lucky, this is nothing more than an innocent hoax that will bother you by displaying unwanted pop-ups on your screen while you surf online. In this case, to get rid of the annoying pop-ups, I recommend you scanning your system by using a good antivirus or an anti-malware product such as Malwarebytes. These fake antivirus programs could install ransomware. A question I get often is, what's the difference between a free antivirus and a paid version, and which one is the best? Well, most antivirus vendors use a concept called freemium. It basically means that hundreds of millions of people are going to download and use their free version in exchange for feedback. But even though it's free, there are some hidden costs. The free versions don't come with the advanced scanning capability as the paid versions do. So all you need is one undetected virus to get through, and you're going to spend more time and money cleaning up your computer, calling online identity protection services, and closing down credit cards. So the way it works is, vendors collect feedback and virus incidents from its global user community, and compile that information into a paid version. Now the paid version has so many more features compared to the free version. For example, when you upgrade to a paid version, you typically get advanced firewall features that not only block threats to your computer, but it can also stop malicious communication that is leaving your computer as well. You also typically get email scanning security as well, which means that every time you open up an email, the virus scanner will scan the attachments to ensure you're safe. It also comes with a communications protector. For example, say you use Skype or Facebook Messenger, and then someone decides to send you a file. Well, the antivirus software will also scan that in real time. These are just some of the features that the paid version has over the free ones. With the new advances in cyber attacks, it's worth upgrading to the paid version in my opinion. Let me show you a malware removal tool that has saved me and my clients tons of headaches. It's called Malwarebytes Anti-Malware for Mac and PC. First, let's open up your browser and let's go to www.malwarebytes.com. Once you're on the home screen, put your mouse over Personal at the top and then choose your operating system. For this demonstration, I'll use Windows. Next, click on the green Free Download button in the middle. The software should automatically start downloading by itself. Once it's been downloaded, click on it to begin the install. We're being asked now, where are we installing Malwarebytes? I'm going to choose Personal Computer. Now click the blue Install button. Now that Malwarebytes has been installed, let's click on Get Started. Now you have a choice to buy the premium license, which I highly recommend, activate a license if you already own one, or select Maybe Later. Let's click on Maybe Later, and then Get Started. Next, we want to click on Scan to see if our computer has any hidden malicious threats lurking beneath it. This process might take a while, but through the magic of editing, we can actually speed this up. Now, as you can see, my demo computer has 8 potential threats on it. I'm going to click on Quarantine to clean that up. Now, if you have threats on your machine, I highly recommend that you scan it again to make sure nothing was left behind. Now, as you can see, my demo computer is clean. You can click Done to exit. I've just shown you how you can start protecting yourself the right way from online attackers who are trying to invade your privacy, steal your identity and money, and ruin your reputation. As you can see, it's pretty simple and easy, right? Anyone can do this. All you need is the right process and strategy to protect yourself from cyber criminals who want to get a hold of your data and your identity. And you can learn it from experts who are doing this for more than a decade. You already have the simplified, straight-to-the-point strategies to get you immune to hacking and scamming threats. You can now protect yourself and turn cyber criminals away by bulletproofing your online world using multiple layers of protection. Imagine gaining a better understanding of internet security and achieving a bulletproof identity validation so that you're fully protected from any threats that come your way. Imagine protecting the money in your bank account, doing online banking transactions without the fear of compromise because you know you're safe and secure. Imagine having peace of mind knowing that your privacy is protected, your online social media accounts are secured, as well as your online data, your reputation, your identity. Imagine being able to do online transactions and work securely without the fear of having your accounts compromised. Imagine sleeping peacefully every night knowing that you have a secured network for you and your family, putting a full stop to all cyber criminals from going after you. This can be your reality. So, just to recap, in video 1, we learned about some of the latest scams that cyber criminals are doing to us, how they're doing it, and the real stories from actual victims sharing their experience about these attacks. In video 2, you learned exactly how to determine if you've been compromised or not, so you can protect yourself against cyber criminals. You also learned a secret search system where you learn how to find information about yourself the right way. Plus, the not-so-secret 2-step advanced security feature that you need to activate on all of your online accounts, which acts as an additional security layer. And in this video, you discovered a simple and easy process for creating a powerful protective lock combination that takes online cybercriminals centuries to break. I also revealed the most common underrated and often neglected online protection available in your accounts, including the step-by-step instructions. Plus, I revealed one of the best antivirus and anti-malware solutions that you can use to protect yourself from online attacks, which have saved my clients and me tons of headaches. By following these lessons, it'll give you a stronger internet security blanket, which protects you from future cyber attacks, even if you have no idea about internet security or even online threats. Having this knowledge will help you to make it as difficult for cyber criminals to scam or hack you. This will create a stronger barrier between you and the online cyber criminals, giving you peace of mind knowing that you're one step ahead. But if you want to put a full stop or at least make the efforts of the cyber criminals attacks more frustrating for them so that they stop bothering you, or if you want to establish an unbreakable protection that takes cyber criminals centuries to crack, that alone will let you do your usual activities online safely without the fear and worry for you and your family. If you want to acquire a deeper understanding of tightening your computer and your online security to stay as safe as possible, and to get you up to speed with the latest threats that you need to watch out for and how to prevent it the right way before it happens, then here's what you have to do. Just keep an eye out for my next email. This is where I'm going to show you my new and updated training program. It's a 5-module, in-depth training where I transferred everything I know about protecting yourself, your family, and your business. And I'll be delivering in a layman, non-technical way so that everyone can understand, follow along and take action. This is a training program created for you so that you, as the consumer, will know and do as much as possible to make it as difficult as possible not to get scammed or hacked, making the bad guys just move on to someone else. I'll guarantee that you will learn how to lock down your digital life in the most efficient way that I know how. Here are just a few of the things that you're going to learn in my training program. You'll learn exactly what you need to do to clean up your account after it was hacked. You'll have a chance to look over my shoulder as I show you how internet predators are going to groom kids, teens, and adults online and how to keep them safe. You'll know the process on how to secure your device and set it up for self-destruct mode if in case it was ever lost or stolen and someone was trying to crack your code. You'll also know the latest and greatest threats out there that you should be aware of, especially if you have appliances at home that are connected to the internet. But before we go, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, scroll down, leave a comment, and tell me your thoughts on what you learned. I'm going to read every comment. I'm going to try to respond to as many as I can. So, I'll see you in the next video.